Hello, beautiful souls. As you can see, this is a very, very special day. I am joined with Janet and with Leanne, and we are here to give you some updates. I'm just so excited that we can be on screen together after this incredible year where you, Leanne, have stepped in and masterfully collaborated in such a way that has meant that Janet could take some time out to go through the processes that she's been going through. And I know that, Jan, you're going to share a little bit about your journey, but we're here really together to talk about new beginnings. We're recording on the new moon, so it's very auspicious. And also to thank you, Leanne, for everything that you've shared and hear a little bit more about what's going to be happening with your direction too, your new beginning for 2024. So firstly, can I say hi, Jan? It is so amazing to see you sitting there on your chair. And I know you've got some news to share with everybody who's listening. So welcome back to Zacs Portal.
It has been too long, for sure. And shall I just go straight in and tell them, hey,
Yes. Tell them. Tell them.
Zach's back.
Zacs
Yay! Shall we have a little whoop, 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 whoop?
back. Indeed.
But we also need to say, Zach's back, I'm not.
Yeah.
It will be through me. However, the healing journey, gosh, that word that has stuck with me for a long time, is still continuing. There's a lot going on with my system. I know I haven't given a health update for some time, and we're working through a number of things, but I really would like this to be about a celebration of where we're at. But please know, there's still an awful lot going on with my body. I am still not back, as it were. I'm in deep healing mode with a number of things that are going on. However, the rebuilding of my nervous system from the foundations up, and I've got a number of people to be incredibly grateful that have helped me with that, means that we have come to a point where we can bring Zach through. And so it's just been wonderful because it feels really important. We're going into not only a new year, but we're going into 2024. And Zach, as well as wonderful people like Pam and wonderful people like Leanne, and everyone has been speaking of that this is the year where we really are coming out of the chaos. We're coming out of the destruction into the beautiful blossoming of the new. However, we're going to actually see that. So it seems even extra special to be coming through at this time. And so it will be a different way. I won't go into all the explanation because it's so brand new, but it is a way with the shift in the vibration now. So I don't need to move my consciousness out my body, or even be out my body. And amazingly, Zach doesn't have to take over my body as you've seen him do before. Even though what we've discovered is that he still sounds the same. Oh, excuse me. I was going to say a frog in my throat. Maybe it's a Zach in my throat, but it's
He's probably trying to get through now.
probably.
Knowing Zach.
Hazel and I have been startled, really. I think we were both stunned at the strength of the energy, how much it is Zach, his personality. He said that that's really important, that the transmission is there. So long story short, he is transmitting directly on just a slightly higher vibe through my heart so that I can actually channel directly, but the energy is hugely high and it doesn't go through my nervous system. And so it's also new that it'll be really interesting how it comes out. So it will be slightly different in the beginning, but we will see. But this has just been really, really amazing. And the gratitude and appreciation, I know we use those words quite a lot and they're a bit buzzwords these days, but the energy of that, I mean, I have felt throughout this entire time for not only everyone out there who's still with us, but also for this amazing, amazing, amazing soul, Leanne. The fact that she stepped in, um, the fact that she's just done it with such grace and for so long at to such a high level and caliber. And of course, um, my heartfelt thanks to Hazel, who has kept the show on the road and has just worked so hard um, to give everyone what we want to give them. And my heart's been with everyone, even though in body and spirit I haven't been able to be. And so I just wanted to take this moment just to say so much, so much, so much gratitude for what has taken place here, really. It's just been amazing. I know Hazel and I have spoken, and I've said it to a few people. My life feels a little bit Slumdog Millionaire. For those who have seen the film, where this guy with a really poor background gets to go on a show, like, you know, I think, was it like He Wants to Be a Millionaire? It's one of those. But he knows the answers to all these quite left field questions because of where his life has led him. And through what I've been going through, my life and my experiences, in all of it, as well as with the channeling, led to these incredible opportunities, to the people, as well as Leanne, you know, the other wonderful, wonderful channels who stepped in, who had come to the channeling workshops and who um, had honed many of their channeling skills through working with Zac and the light realms there, and in other ways, and through the extravaganzas. Um, and through the portal itself, through Zac's portal, and the members who have reached out, who have been incredible and shared with me, and things that have helped me along my journey as well. And again, I won't go into all of that there, but each time I've just gone, wow, you know, universe, you are incredible. And it's because of all of our life experiences, we've all got this in us, that when we utilize it in that way, when we allow the magic to happen, when we look and we open our hearts to the opportunities that are there, the universe supports us even in our darkest, darkest hours and days and months and years, as it's turned out. I was saying this is my third Christmas now being ill, but it's better than it was last year. And in 2024, I'm determined to blossom, just as our whole world and collectively. Zac has spoken since, I think, the very first we've ever spoken to him, Hazel, about how the world is about collaboration and nothing happens without collaboration, and this more inclusive way that the world is turning, whether we see it on our screens or not. What we hear and what we know and what we feel in our hearts, and these communities, these tribes of people who have, as Zac was, you know, kindness at their core, so they don't become these insular tribes and you're out, but actually a tribe that then sends their energy, sends their light out to help all others as well. And when all of that can be happening, which I really see as 2024 being really the start of things like this, so much more of this can happen. So I'm grateful to be here, and I'm very, very grateful to say that Zac's back too. I probably haven't covered everything there, so pick me up on it if I haven't, but I don't want to just talk, talk, talk. I want to hand over back to you, Hayes and Leanne.
Oh, well, all I can say is since you've been poorly, Jan, I have felt the love and the support energetically and in messages and in all sorts of different ways that has come from the community, the Zacs Portal community, from our patrons and from our friends. It's been incredible to feel how much you are loved. Not just Zac, but you. And I'm not surprised because you're extremely lovable. And we're really, really delighted that you are with us. And one of the ways that you'll be channeling at the very beginning will be lying down. So the first one will be on an audio. It won't be video, the first one, will it? We're going to record it next weekend. So people will have to wait just a little bit longer to see you channeling in person, but it's a start, and that's what's exciting. That's what it's really exciting.
And wow, will they feel his energy? That's the thing. I think it'd probably be even more powerful just with the audio, because he came through so strong, didn't he,
He
Hazel?
really did.
And he has got a lot to say. He was already telling Hazel, write this down, do this. We're going to be
Yeah.
talking about this. He is in charge. He is
Oh
there.
yeah.
So you'll still
He's
get the full wallop of that beautiful Zac energy and all the information, but I'm sure it wouldn't be that exciting to see me laying incredibly still. Well, I
I
try.
actually thought he was even more excited than me, which says a lot. But he was in his very, very bouncy form and very full of love and joy about being able to come back with new messages. Yeah, it's really, really wonderful. And Leanne, I can't tell you what it's been like for me, because the messages that have come through you and through the Galayla Collective, and it isn't just the Galayla Collective, it's definitely you as well, Leanne, have really expanded my awareness of so much more. This journey into 6D consciousness has been exquisite and really fascinating. And, you know, it's really calling me and those of us that are really following this into a new level of mindfulness and a new level of consciousness that, you know, has its challenges, and yet there's a deeper understanding of why those challenges are here, and how as you and they have shared, source is always serving source, and you know, it's not happening to us, it's happening for us. So those are two really big mantras that come through regularly to me as I remember so many of the teachings. And I think I've said to so many people, do start again at the beginning of everything that the Galaylas have shared. We've actually had 12 recordings from you, with also the chat, the mid-month chat, and 11 deep dives. And I think they make a fantastic incremental journey for anyone. So if we've got new patrons who are joining us, then they can start at the beginning and work through, rather than start with the latest one. I think it's quite good to start at the beginning and work through, because they really build upon each other, don't they?
They definitely do. They've definitely woven them together in a way that kind of sets these beautiful steps for people to kind of move into this level of awareness.
Mm,
It's just so, when you even thinking about that 12 number of, like, you know, that being like this real soul number, it's just so beautifully and perfectly interwoven and put together.
mm.
What more evidence do we need that source is always serving source, and there's
I
all
know.
this, you know, this higher plan in action, and we just have to trust our tiny little piece, our tiny little impulse, moment to moment, and it knits together to form this
Mm.
wondrous symphony that is
Mm.
like, that's, you know, not always easy. It's not always easy. And I think, you know, stepping into our maturity now is kind of moving into adult phase of manifestation, super consciousness, really learning to own who we are at the highest level. I think we do have to recognize that it's not designed to be easy. It's designed to have edges so that we cultivate a whole new level again and again and again and again. And it's, you know, with any game, it's not designed to be easy. It's designed to challenge us and push us to new edges so that we can transcend the old to create the new.
Wow, and it certainly has been doing that. You know, the experiences that have been coming have been able to be received much more easily as a result of the teachings that you have shared and they have shared. I've just really been fascinated by how you knew that the journey was ending, if you like, the deep dives that you've been recording at the exact time that Janet was ready to start again. And that just so reminds me that we're all one, and that source is really just appearing through all of our different physical bodies in different ways, and yet the collaboration is the only way it really can be, because we are one. So it feels so natural and so beautiful to be able to co-create in this way. And also, I'm sure many of you will have noticed Leanne's expansion, if you like, and that's not in a physical way, as you can see. That is how you have also blossomed over this year. Has been a beautiful journey to observe.
Oh, thank you, Hazel. And
What's it felt like for you?
it's been kind of, well, we were saying before, weren't we? I was kind of looking back at old videos of myself recently, and I was like, what was that me? Like, you almost don't notice it when you are in it and you're kind of moving through it. But it is kind of, this is almost another one of those ways that Source demonstrates, through us, the rapid expansion that we can move through, and how subtle it seems to us. And yet, when you take a step back, the level of growth and magic that's unfolding is monumental. And if we look at my life now, it's like, oh my days, like sometimes my human is like holding on. I was like, oh, what's happening? Like, it's so big. There are like huge things happening in my world that are incredible and amazing. And it's at times, it does feel really edgy, but that's only because we're stepping into the unknown and our system comes in, to try and support us with that. But it's incredibly exciting. And I think a lot of us are kind of on that edge at the moment of,
Oh yeah.
there's so many
Yeah.
exciting things coming in, but we're also terrified of the unknown, and it's riding that balance, isn't it? So I'm in that phase now of celebration over worrying, like again and again and again. And I think that's the piece that is going to really help us step into that whole new level of consciousness and really learn to celebrate life. And because there's always going to be the edges, but if we can ride in the beauty of what's happening, in the magic of what's happening, in the celebration of who we are becoming, because that's what this is all about. And we really think about it, it's
Yeah.
who we're becoming in the process of the unfolding. That's where the magic is for me. And I think somebody said it in our group. I think they kind of said, oh, just witnessing the difference in Leanne from the first one to the last one. And really looking back on things like that, I would encourage everyone to go and look at who you were a year ago and celebrate what's changed and what's shifted, and how those challenges have strengthened you and forged a new fire within you that is going to set us up for the wondrous magic that's going to be 2024. Because I think that's going to be super exciting for all of us to engage with.
Yeah. Yes, it's interesting, isn't it? How when we can think back of times where we've been in the unknown before, and we can see where we've gone, the magic that has often occurred. I can certainly see it in my life and in others that I've been speaking with, that when they've been at their most nervous because of the unknown, magic has blossomed and life has unfolded in ways that perhaps couldn't have been predicted. And that is actually part of the magic of the unknown, isn't it? That we don't limit ourselves with what we think might be coming.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got to step into that. We have really got to step into trusting the fact that we are always guided by source. Even that beautiful element of me being able to say, I think maybe this is coming to a close, that and then trusting that gorgeous magic of, well, Zach's back now. And if it's in trusting those moments, those micro moments where we really trust those impulses, that magic can unfold. Because
Yeah.
having those two seemingly separate things then come in and knit together is like, oh, like that's where the magic is. So
Yeah. Yes. Well, one of the things that we would love you to do, and I know that we've spoken about this, is for you to actually come mid-month in January, so that not only you'll be speaking to the patrons, but also to everyone, all our subscribers, so everyone can really hear from you and from the Galayla Collective your thoughts on 2012 as well. And I think you'll be back for a few other mid-month sessions too. So
absolutely. I think you mean 2024 there, though, Hazel. But it's interesting that you said 2012 because of that whole 2012 was a huge year as well, wasn't it? So
It was.
Don't think that was a slip. I think there was definitely a little piece of magic in that.
Oh, well saved, Leanne. Wow. Well, I don't know, Jan, if you have anything else you'd like to say. I know we want to keep this quite short for you physically, but also just so that we can get a nice message across without keeping everyone's attention for too long.
Just really echoing everything that Leanne's just said and you've said, Hazel. And I've had these mantras, I am determined. That one's been there for like the last whole year, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And about a year ago, I was really trying to make my peace with going. I really was that close. And I couldn't. And I couldn't. It wasn't peace. I just love this life too much. I love this planet. I love the bravery of all the souls that are here now to go through something so energetically massive and make something beautiful out of it. The Dalai Lama talks about beauty a lot, and there is an energy in beauty that is very human, that wants to see the beauty, whatever our past, whatever future we're creating. And so I think it's just really appreciating the beauty in any circumstance, any situation, whether you look out your window and you have a beautiful view and nature, but not everyone does. And if you look out and you see a brick wall across from you, to imagine the beauty upon it, to actually see the beauty beyond. And it's given me a lot of time this year, a lot of time, because I spend an awful lot of time resting, laying, because of the discomfort and the nerve pain and different things. And there's a lot of time to meditate, and as he would say, wander the lanes of wonder. And so these little mantras, whether they come from the different collectives, from Zac, allow to change you. My goodness, has that been banging my drum for all this time? Because it really, I'm not the same person. I don't look the same. My body is not the same. And I'm not the same. But whether these little mantras come for yourself, come from something outside of yourself, if it sticks in your heart and it helps you to keep with them, because it's so much more important what we say to ourselves than what we hear from the outside world. And it is just remembering that peace, love and kindness, and that love is absolutely inherent within each of our hearts, and finding ways to project that, whatever you're experiencing in life, I think is really, really, really important. And when you need it the most yourself, turn it around and bring it into yourself. It's wonderful to share it out into the world, but I really, really know, really, really experiencing it now, that there are times when it's not that you diminish that light because it is eternal, but you remember to turn some of the light and shine it in on yourself so that you can develop in a way, just as we've seen Leanne in this last, year, of absolutely coming into your own in whatever form that might be. And for me, it's in healing, really, in a very physical as well, healing now. So yeah, that's probably a lot more waffle than I meant there to be there. Sorry, Hayes.
There was
But
no waffle there. Incredible.
it's just
Beautifully
really important.
authentic and really very much who you are, Jan. Thank you so much for sharing that. It's wonderful to see you on the screen in this way. And you, Leanne, do you have anything you'd like to say as a final few words?
I just want to say thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to share our message, and to be such a wonderful part of the Soul family. Obviously, we've spoken about my connection with Janet and how infinitely grateful I am for you in terms of how you really helped me turn my life around, in terms of helping me to access my channeling abilities, and to give something back in this way has just been amazing. So, the gratitude is definitely felt here as well. And it's just been the most incredible journey of like connecting with our soul family, and really kind of making new friends, making new connections, it's just been unreal. So I just want to say thank you to both of you as well, and Hazel. I just love our chats. They're just amazing. You just bring out the best in the Galayla collective. You really do. So I look forward to ongoing collaborations in the future for sure. It's going to be really good fun.
Absolutely. I feel, I don't know if you can see, but I have the sun shining on me, the light. It feels so relevant and so beautiful that the light is joining us right at this moment as we end this conversation. And yeah, I really feel that the connection to the light is stronger as a result of everything that we share together and being together and having you both as dear friends. It's just a joy for me and a joy, I know, for those of our listeners and our soul family. So thank you both. See you again very soon. This is definitely not goodbye to Leanne, and just a incredible welcome back to you, Janet. But maybe not Janet, mostly Zac. Janet's body has a vehicle. Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful souls. I'm just in awe and so honoured to be associated with you and all that you share. And do say a big hi to the Galaylas and, of course, to Zac.
You'll be listening.
As always, as always. And thank you all for listening. I hope that you are enjoying the new moon energy and the upcoming solstice. We've got a few goodies this month to come out. We have a recording from Zac all about self-love for our mid-month Zac chat, which we recorded, I think it was way back in 2019. And when I looked at the views, because it was so early on in Zac's portal, not many people have seen it. So I thought this is definitely one for this moment. Everything is about self-love right now. And we're going to reshare also the winter solstice meditation that's so beautiful that you recorded last December, so that people can listen to it leading up to and on the morning of the solstice as the sun rises. That's what Zac's suggesting. Luckily, the sun rises certainly here in the northern hemisphere quite late. We haven't got to get up at 3 a.m. to do it, but sorry for those of you in the southern hemisphere. Yeah, so some beautiful offerings this month, mid-month, and then we'll look forward to the 1st of January collaboration again from Janet and Zac and the higher realms of all descriptions. Yeah, something really to look forward to. So happy solstice and happy Christmas, and see you very, very soon. Lots of love. Bye-bye for now.